Spot camping trip. Eric Hill. Ladybird. One rainy morning, Spot looked out of the window in Sally's room. "Can I go out to play, Mom?" he asked. "I think it's too wet to play outdoor today," said Mom. "Then can Steve and Helen come here to play?" Spot asked. "Of course," said Mom. "Let's call them now." A few minutes later, Steve and Helen were at the door. Both of them were very wet. Spot helped his friend hang up their raincoat and put away their dripping umbrellas and valleys. Spot and his friend went to Spot's room. They took all the toys out of the toy chest. They took all the games down from the shelf, but nobody could decide what to play with. Suddenly, Spot had an idea. "I know," he said. "Let's go camping." "But it's wet outside," said Helen. "Yes," said Steve. "How can we go camping in the rain?" "I will show you," said Spot, who was already rushing out of the door with a blanket. "Follow me and bring the torch." He pulled some chair out into the middle of the kitchen. He put the blanket over them. "This will be our tent," he said. "We can pretend we're in the wood." "The table can be the tree," said Helen. Spot and Steve climbed into the tent. "It's just like a real tent," said Steve. "And look, we can make shadow with the torch." Steve and Spot had fun making lots of different shadows. Spot made a shadow that looked like a mouse. Steve made a shadow that looked like a rabbit. All at once, Spot and Steve realized that Helen was not there. Where can she be? Spot wondered. "I don't know," said Steve. "But what's that noise?" There was a strange growling coming from outside the tent. Steve and Spot peeked out to see what the noise was. "It's me," said Helen. "I'm pretending to be a bear." Spot and Steve laughed. "I thought it was my tummy growling," said Spot, "because I'm hungry. If we're camping, we should have a picnic." "Did you say picnic?" said a voice. It was Spot's mom, bringing a picnic basket filled with yummy food. "Thanks, Mom," said Spot. "You're just in time. I think my tummy really was starting to sound like a very big angry bear." Spot, Steve, and Helen shared all the sandwiches and fruit, and there was a surprise at the bottom of the picnic basket. "Biscuit," said Helen. "My favorite," said Spot. "This is a perfect picnic." "This is so much fun," said Steve. "I hope it never stops raining." "But it has stopped," said Helen. The sun was shining through the kitchen window, and there was a beautiful rainbow in the sky. "Great," said Spot, gathering up the blanket. "Now we can go camping for real." "In the wood?" asked Steve. "No," said Spot. "In the garden. And this time I'm going to be the bear." "Hooray!" they all cried. rushing outside for their next camping adventure. Thank you, kiddo, for listening. Happy reading!